So, like I said, the fight was stopped. Washington versus Miller. The referee called the fight off. I mean, somebody was going to eventually. I'm kind of surprised that Washington was able to endure as much as he did. I mean, after you get your lights put out by Deontay Wilder, I guess most other fighters pale in comparison to that. But I mean, I love boxing. I'm not a huge fan of the heavyweight division, to be honest with you, because from what I see from most heavyweights are 4 to 6 round fighters. After the fourth round, guaranteed the fight is going to get sloppy as shit a lot of times, But I love boxing, so what can I say? But I did like the show of sportsmanship from Miller to Washington because if you guys saw the press conference, there was a lot of trash talk. At least from Miller to Washington. Washington didn't really talk so much trash, but he did have his words. But the fight was stopped by the referee. Gerald Washington wasn't doing enough to stop Baby Miller. But Baby Miller had a really good game plan going in to pressure him, to cut off the ring. Well, he didn't really cut off the ring so much, but Gerald Washington wasn't really hard to find, even though he was using lateral movement. When Miller was able to get close, he would land those body shots, and that helped contribute to his stamina issues in that fight. On top of a lot of the lateral movement he was doing, that stuff will suck your energy out, will suck your wind. You know what I'm saying? And if you're getting caught with body punches at the right place and the right time, it only depletes your stamina even further. But he had a good game plan. He was coming. He was working behind the jab. And his jab, for a big dude, his jab was pretty sharp. I will admit that, He was able to land his jab almost at will because Washington wasn't moving his head. Now, Big Baby Miller, however, he did have some pretty good head movement and some pretty decent defense. He parried a lot of punches. For his size, the dude is I shouldn't say for his size. Miller is a pretty decent fighter from what I can tell. I wouldn't say that Gerald Washington was overmatched. It's just that he wasn't able to hurt Miller, and I don't think he had that good of a game plan going in because all he did was pretty much headhunt throughout the length of the fight. He didn't really put punches together, put any real significant combinations together, and he didn't do any feigning at all, and he didn't have a dedicated body attack, which I think would have made a difference going into the later rounds of that fight if he was able to actually pull that off and actually get to the later rounds. But that's just my assessment of the fight. I'm sure you guys will have your own opinions on that. But I think Miller had a good game plan, a decent game plan, to open him up to the head and then, getting close and get those openings to the body with the hooks. And he was definitely catching them with the uppercuts as well. But this is where ring IQ and experience comes into play. Washington started boxing late, so I just don't think he was able to develop the right amount of knowledge and skill set to be able to know what to do and adjust appropriately in a fight like this. But hopefully this is a learning experience from him, and he will, work on his weak points more so than the things he does well. His jab, the 1-2, the lateral movement, he does those well, but he has to work on the other things like the defense, the being able to turn your opponent and, turn on your pivot and turn those angles and all those different little tricks that you can use, parrying punches, all sorts of different things, moving your head. But it was a decent fight, but I'm looking forward to the upcoming fights. Charlo, Bronner, you already know. But that's all I got for now, guys. I'll let you guys know what's happening in a little bit. Peace.